Starlings, it is Starlight out in the afternoon, and today's video is going to be a Witchy Wednesday, Witchy 101 type video. This is going to be how to connect with the elements. So nature is so key in any kind of witchy practice. Oh yeah, check out my braids, I'm very cute. Nature is so key in any kind of witchy practice. It's the thing that grounds us, it's the thing that connects us to the world around us. A lot of, especially newbie witches, need to start with any kind of like natural energies, their own energy, their higher self, before they kind of connect with anything else, just to have a basis and understanding of what energy work feels like and how to kind of like start with the basics before you get to anything a bit more advanced, so like deities or dragons or fae or anything like that. So you know the flow of energy, you know what it's supposed to feel like, and obviously most protective circles and things like that tend to start with calling in the natural elements before, like, to protect your space before you connect with anything anyway, as basically like ground zero, protecting your energy, protecting yourself. However, not many people know how to actually connect with those energies. So this is going to be a 5-part series, and we're going to do like basic connection, kind of middling connection, and a more like deep centered connection. I will be talking about the element of air in this video. So we are just gonna jump right in, I suppose. So basic connection. If you are outside, notice the breeze around you. Notice how it plays with your hair and your clothes, how it sways the leaves and the flowers around you, obviously if there are any, or the grass or anything like that. Just like feel it brush playfully past you when a car drives past. If you're inside, then notice how it is constantly there, still and resting, until you open a window or a door, carrying scents and necessary atoms for breathing. Simply notice the element and how it interacts with the world and how we would all cease to exist without it. So basically just pay attention, think about the element, think about what it does for us. That's just like very basic, very basic connection, is just acknowledging that it's there. Pretty much. So a middling connection, pay attention to the air within your own body, in your lungs. Pay attention to your breath. Notice how the element enters and leaves you. Notice how intimate the relationship with the element is simply by breathing. This element is part of us, yet we are separate from it. It flows within us, but it also must flow around us. It cannot go through us, besides kind of releasing gas, which I suppose is air and natural and something everybody does, but don't think about that if you don't want to. So I suppose basic connection is noticing how it interacts with the world around you. A middling connection would be noticing how it interacts within you, and kind of doing both is like very balanced understanding. So like we would literally die if there was no air in this world. Ignore the gardening work that's going on outside. We've had a really rough garden for a very long time and they're fixing it, so ignore if you can hear any of the scraping and banging. But yeah, the deeper connection, do both the basic and middling connection. So notice what is outside of you and notice how it is inside of you. Feel the air within you and around you. Notice how it interacts with the world. Close your eyes, feel yourself become just air, become one with the element. Connect to its currents with your mind and feel yourself flow with it. Feel it every stage, from calm and still to playful to destructive. Know that air is the element of freedom, but it is just as capable of creating a fresh summer breeze as it is a tornado. So these are some of the very basic points that I wrote down in my book, The Everyday Witch, if you want to go and get that. It has everything about how to kind of like think about connecting with the elements, plus a whole bunch more stuff. I will do an actual video on it to kind of like promote it fully if anyone wants to know more about it, and even if you don't, I'm probably going to do that at some point anyway, because sales. Yeah, so having that understanding of the element of air, everything would cease to exist without it. carries life. It isn't. They're all of the elements are the elements of life, kind of broken down into separate sections. Having that understanding and working with them in conjunction, working with them in flow, in tandem, working with them together, that is what makes you powerful. Like if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, for example, all of the elements in and of themselves are incredibly powerful. They can be peaceful, they can be destructive. The reason the Avatar is so powerful is because he can incorporate all of the elements. They're all incorporated and balanced together in one person, and everybody can learn to do the same. Obviously, we won't be able to physically bend them. There are the 3D constraints of this world, which suck and are boring, but they are there, unfortunately. But yeah, having that understanding of just having the thoughts, having the ideas, having the, like literally even thinking about it, like thinking about your breath will help you connect more deeply to it. Thinking about taking in that deep and then releasing with this, like that is connecting with the element of air. So literally anything you do that like thinking about it, interacting with it in any way, like noticing when it gets your hair on your lips when you're playing outside, or noticing how it blows freezing rain in your face because it's winter in the UK now. Literally like anything you do to notice the element, how it interacts with the world around you and how it interacts within your own body. If you can do both, that is a deep connection with that element. It is noticing how it keeps us alive and keeps the world alive. Having that understanding, having that thought process and doing it with intention, that is connecting to the element. You're already doing it. Some of us are doing it so subconsciously, it's literally just about bringing it to that conscious thought and that intentional thought. So, like I said, if you want to know anything more, then go ahead and find my book, The Everyday Witch by Riley Storm. It's on Amazon, on KDP, KU, and in paperback, hardback coming soon. And yeah, go connect with her, guys, because basic witchy toolkit. Question of the day: what is your favourite way to connect with the element of air? Mine personally is sitting by an open window, taking notice of my breath and feeling the air on my face. If I'm inside, if I'm outside, ocean breeze all the way, baby, my favourite. What's your favourite way? Do tell me in the comments, do let me know. And yeah, this has been a very basic breakdown on how to connect with the element of air for our Witchy Wednesdays. So do stay tuned for the rest of the series, and I'm probably going to be releasing these for the next few weeks. We'll see if I can weave in anything else, but yeah, I think this is probably going to be the next few weeks. So I believe the next one next week will be fire, probably, because my personal kind of like circle is air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and yeah, we'll probably go in that order. So stay tuned if you would like to learn next how to connect with the element of fire, and if you would like to know anything more about my book, go check it out on Amazon. Other than that, I do believe that is a very quick how to connect with the element of air, very 101, I suppose. If you would like to know anything more detailed, if you would like me to do a guided meditation on how to connect with this element, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to provide if I can. Other than that, be unapologetically you, no shame, and thank you to the guy who's banging on shit outside, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!